Welcome back to Real Repairs for Real Paying Customers. Well, we hope they're paying anyway. I have with me today my lovely assistant, Ernita. Say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
And we are on our way to a job where she suggested you might like to come along. And so what we're doing is we're going to the hospital, to the 6th floor, to do some repairs on some chairs. She thought you might be interested in seeing that. And so the neat thing about that is that we have to carry everything with us. We're going to try to bring everything we could conceivably need to be ultimately prepared to handle anything that we face. And so we thought you might like to come along. The one thing we have to do, we're gonna look for the 3rd floor, since that's where the entrance is, and then we're going to be screened for any COVID symptoms, get a pass, and we have somebody escort us up to the 6th floor, get us set up, make sure the rooms are unlocked, and at that point, we're going to have Alanita maybe do a little bit of video with our phone and show you our setup. So, here's the crosswalk here. So we can find a spot that's available anywhere here on level 3. Reserve parking. Hey, they expected me here. Look at that. There's just well, I guess that wasn't mine. I'm way here in the last row, it looks like. Well, we'll park. Tell you what, we'll park over here. There's plenty of room. We won't be crowded, won't get dinged up. There. I made it safely. We'll see you upstairs. So we've got a little mobile operation here. We've tried to include everything we could possibly need for a day's work on this hand truck. First thing is refreshments. Now I've got a box here that contains all of my color. I have a few items here, but we have pigments, we have base, we have different additives, strainer, everything we need to set aside to start our color. And as you can see, our initial color is somewhat of a green, somewhat of a brown with a green to it. Alright, so that's for color. We have a couple of drop cloths to protect the floor when you have to spray around the sides. I have another box that contains our repair compounds. I have a couple of different, let me get these out. I have a couple of different altar torches here. One which is going to act as a miniature heat gun, and one which gives me an ironing method. I have a way to spray with some air and an airbrush. I also have a way to spray with the pre-valve. Cleaners here, masking tape. So I have a couple different ways that I can spray. Of course, you know, we can put color on by dabbing it on by hand. We always have that option available to us. So there's the repair ideas right there. I have some odd things here, gloves, scrubbing pads, my airbrush and hose, assorted nozzles for the pre-valve replacements if we need it. And then here I have 2 heat guns and a power cord. So we have 4 ways to heat the repairs. We have 2 heat guns and 2 altar torches, one which serves as a miniature heat gun and one which will serve for the ironing method. So we have several different ways to heat. We have several different ways to put the color on. So whatever we face today, we should be fairly well equipped to do it. Now let's get to work. And we have a list that's going to keep us busy for a couple of days, if not more than that. So anyway, lots of work to do. This is the floor that was the beehive of activity during the first COVID wave. And now it's a staging area for the renovation of the 9th floor. And in order for the health department to approve opening the 9th floor, we can't have any furniture that has any open wounds. I've mixed the color, and what I'm doing here is adding some of the color to my vinyl repair compound. Now usually I just add the pigments. Unfortunately, I got ahead of myself here a little bit. I've already mixed my pigments with my base. Nonetheless, I'm adding some of that to my repair compound. This way, the repair compound itself will have some color, though again, not as concentrated as I would have wanted it to be. And so the color will be impregnated through and through the repair. A lot of the repairs are small like this, but you cannot have any opened areas, any areas where the vinyl is missing from the cloth substrate. Typically, each piece has a couple of these small blemishes. There are some chairs, however, that look like they were used in a bumper car derby, which are going to take a good bit of attention. However, we take the good with the bad, and typically in this scenario, we bid one price per unit, one price per chair, whether it's a chair or a longer couch like this. Just a set price makes it easier to bid the job. We take the good with the bad. As it turns out, each repair just required the heat gun and grain pad method, a quick wipe with the alcohol prep, and brush on color. We didn't use any spray equipment whatsoever. Now, each business handles this differently. We didn't, in this instance, charge a setup fee. There were so many pieces that we felt we could just charge per piece. However, sometimes like in a restaurant situation where you have just a limited number of seats to repair, it's not unusual to figure a setup fee, which would be your charge if you were just to go in and do one repair, and then you can charge per piece after that. That way you don't get stuck with doing just one repair for a minimal amount. A good many of these repairs, we were able to repair them without putting any color at all on top. Just the color that's embedded in the repair compound was sufficient. So here again, just a couple applications of repair compound, a prep, and brush the color on in the direction the lines are already going in the furniture, and cook that with the heat gun. It's cross-linked. That's not coming off of there. Here, after the second day, they inquired about doing a temporary refurbishment on these chairs where the vinyl is peeling totally off of the cloth. They intend to recover these in the near future anyway. So what we did is mixed some pigment into a urethane base that we knew would anchor the size of the vinyl where it was peeling, and it would also be heavy enough to fill in the cloth. So in essence, putting a new vinyl covering on this area. So we did this test and let them abuse this corner for a couple of days and see how they liked it. So if that works for them, we'll zero in the color a little bit better once we get the job. And wouldn't you know, after a couple of days, we got a purchase order to repair 30 of those units. All we need for those chairs is a scuff pad, color, brush, and a heat gun. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next repair.